Hi, everybody. It's Sylvia, Castillo, and Donna Sylvester. Thanks, Donna, for being here.
Hey, Sylvia, it's always good to talk to you.
So I just wanted to jump on real quick. Donna and I was already on Zoom having a conversation, and we were talking about the different reasons why we send, especially now in the middle of this coronavirus and all the things that are happening in the world, and such an opportunity to send these amazing heartfelt cards. And Donna shared with me a card that she just recently sent, and I wanted to share it with you to show you what else we can be thinking about and to look at things from a different perspective. So Donna, I'm going to hand it over to you so you can share your screen with us.
Okay, great. So over the weekend, I read a little article. I think it was probably Sunday afternoon. I read a little article about a man who's 104 years old, and he survived a hospitalization with the coronavirus, and he was alive when the Spanish flu hit. And I was just astounded that this man was 104 years old and had survived the virus. And so I looked up the address. It said that he was in a VA home in Oregon. So I looked up the address for that VA home, and I sent him a card last night. And this is the card that I sent him. And I just wish I could be a fly on the wall when he opens it. So I put his picture on the front. What an amazing thing that he could be 104 years old. And I'm a vet myself, so I put a picture of myself as an Army nurse in 1972 in Vietnam as kind of a basis to relate to him. And then I just put a message that says, "Hello, Bill. Wow, I read about your recovery from coronavirus. That is amazing. You may be the only person to be alive during the Spanish flu and recover from corona. I'm so grateful for you and your family. Thank you for your service in World War II. I'll add you to my card list for Veterans Day cards. Stay healthy now. Respectfully, Donna Sylvester." And I didn't send this card out with any personal information. I just put a fairly generic back panel on it because my really only purpose is just to really acknowledge this amazing survivor, 104 years old. He ought to get an award just for being that old, never mind surviving World War II and the the coronavirus. And as I was sending the card, Sylvia, I found myself thinking about the fact that until SendOutCards, I really had no idea how many opportunities we have to acknowledge each other, and what a powerful tool we have in our hands to do that, just to put that kind of gratitude out into the world. What do you think?
Well, I love the card. I love the thoughtfulness of it. I love the idea that you didn't just think about it, but you took action. And one of the things that came up in our conversation around that card was, you know, if I were just strictly a business person, or maybe I didn't know SendOutCards, would I send a card like that? Or would I, even if I did have SendOutCards, would I send cards like that if I was just thinking I needed to send it for my business? And I guess that's the invitation. That's why we're here giving this video and conversation to you, because I think it is an invitation to not just look at this as business building. It's about heart connecting and building the connections with people through heartfelt messages. And just the acknowledgement for him of that card I thought it was fabulous. And so I wanted to share that with you and everybody who's watching.
Well, you know, I agree with what you're saying, that I talk to business people all the time. And when I talk to them about SendOutCards, they say, well, I wouldn't have any idea who to send a card to. I only have 8 clients. Why would I need SendOutCards? And it's very difficult to help them look at the broader sphere of their life and imagine sending cards to friends and family, and the person that cuts their hair and does their yard and services their car, and the healthcare workers right now that are on the front line. Boy, if you know a healthcare worker, now would be the time to send them a card with brownies for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I wanted to also just invite the idea of what you shared earlier. You talked about the infinity sign, and about, can you maybe just give a couple of bars on that? Because it's not just about, I'm going to send a card and I have an expectation that something will come directly from that, because that's truly not how it works anyway.
That's such an important part. I get people every now and then who say, well, I sent all these cards and nobody responded. And, you know, with gratitude, gratitude has to be expressed without any expectation of return. So it's kind of like the infinity symbol, that goes round and round and round. And whatever energy you put out into the world, when you're putting out gratitude, positivity, acknowledgement, and appreciation, it just circles right back around to you. And so actually, your abundance in your life can increase because of the energy that you put out into the world through a variety of expressions. It could be a phone call, a text, it could be a handwritten card. It's just that SendOutCards is so easy, and it's so fun to put that man's picture on the front of the card. I can only imagine what it's going to be like when he opens that card and when his family sees it.
Yeah, I thought it was fabulous. So thanks for indulging me in this conversation. And thanks everybody for taking a few minutes to listen to this conversation.
Well, before we go,
Yeah.
I bet you've got a card like that you've sent recently, don't you?
Just in acknowledging people, I'm not able to pull out a vet that's 101 years old, but there's cards that I send all of the time just because I think it's important. There was an invitation, and I won't share it because I don't want to take up too much time, but there was a young gal who, she was a balloon maker, and she was told by her teacher, they had a thing at school, she made balloons, and she said, I want to be a balloon maker when I grow up. And the teacher said, you can't really do that. And I sent this little girl a card, and I showed her a picture of people who were already doing that for a living. And I said, you can do whatever you put your mind to. So if you want to be a balloon maker when you grow up, you just know that it's possible. And I sent her a picture of herself with a balloon and someone else making balloons. And something like that is just really cool to be able to share an expression like that through these cards.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think the opportunity, and I know that you're a master at it yourself. You may not have a 104-year-old, but I know the cards you send to people to acknowledge all kinds of things that are happening in their lives. And it just creates magic in their life and our life as well. So thanks for the opportunity to chat about this.
Yeah, you're welcome. And thanks everybody for tuning in. If you have any questions, know that Donna and I do this all the time, and we're always here to help. So if you need help, please reach out. We're always going to be here. We'll talk to you soon.